So today we have a session on cybersecurity SOC analyst. Uh, you know, the current trend with security is very high, correct? So how many of you are familiar with SOC analyst or at least cybersecurity? Any idea? Cybersecurity? No, what's cybersecurity and why you are interested? You might know, right? So every minute, every second there is an attack. Right, what do you mean by attack and what is SOC analyst, what is cyber security? I'm just asking you. Any basic idea? Okay, so leave it off. Everybody is aware that every minute, to say mostly every second, there is an attack. Okay, so this might be because people are interested to what? Steal data, or they want to take what, so they might be put into somewhat bad situation by the company, so they want to take what? Revenge. So taking revenge, or wantedly damage reputation. Now these are the main areas where the attacks can happen. Okay, so main thing is what? Steal data. Data, nowadays data is what? Money. Yes or no? Data is money or not? If your data is gone, what you are losing? Let's say we have Aadhaar card number, we have PAN card number. Are they very important in your life or not? If they are stolen, what happens? You will get a notice from income tax that you are there, you have a credit of around 5 crores. You are seeing news, right? How it is happening? How it is happening? Because of what? Stealing of data, right? So your data has been stolen from some database, right? So coming to all these things, so cybersecurity plays an important role in the current market, current industry. So let's divide cybersecurity into two areas. So cyber is internet or network, and security providing secure access, monitoring who and why they are accessing. Yes or no? Correct or not? Yes or no? Cyber security means what? Providing security to what? Data. Right? Okay, so my bad, I am on mute. So guys, we are talking about cyber security, and this is the thing which has led the world to focus on what? Cyber security. What are the factors that led? One is what? Data. Other is what? Reputation damage. Okay, so we are going to particularly concentrate on SOC analyst part, but I will be showing you what are all the different roles as a cybersecurity professional you can attend. So coming to the definition, so as said, it is a continuous effort. Cybersecurity is a continuous effort to protect data. Continuous effort to protect data. So what kind of data? It can be personal data, it can be organizational data, it can be government data, right? So the data can be of multiple types. It can be a personal data, it can be organizational data, it can be what? Government data. And okay, so right. So in cyber security, we have different roles, which starts from what? SOC analyst, incident responder, threat hunter, okay. So security engineer, security architect, then we have pen tester. So it is a short form for tester, penetration tester. So in short, we call it as pen tester. Then we have SOC manager, or this guy can be a security manager. If there is no special position as a SOC manager, security manager will be taking care of those things. Then we have Chief Information Security Officer, CISO. So these are the different type of positions you can get in what? Cyber security. I mean, these are very popular positions. And apart from that, we are having as VAPT tester, vulnerability and penetration tester. Then we are having what? GRC, government risk analysis. So we have a CISA, auditor, security auditor. So different roles are available. So these are technical roles. Whatever we are discussing, like what SOC analyst, incident response, threat manager. See, all these roles comes under a single umbrella called as what? SOC. SOC stands for Security Operations Center. Security Operations Center. Okay. Now our major agenda is on what? SOC analyst. So you might ask me, why SOC analyst? Why not others? Right? You have a question, right? Why there is a huge demand for SOC analyst? Yeah, there is a huge demand for everyone. Okay, because it is security, ultimately security. When I say security, it has full demand. But why we are learning only about SOC analyst? What is the reason? Anybody can tell? Think. You might have done some research, right? You might have gone through some YouTube videos where they might have told you some information. Any idea? Any guys from online? Okay, so no idea why we are concentrating on SOC analyst. So as I said, every position in security is coming under what? SOC. SOC stands for Security Operations Center. Okay, in short we call it as SOC. So this SOC has what? 3 tiers. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So in tier 1, SOC analyst are placed. In tier 2, incident responder and threat hunters are available. In tier 3, you have security architects and on top of all we have what? SOC manager. So we are concentrating on SOC analyst. The main agenda of a SOC analyst is what? Security monitoring. What is the main agenda of a SOC analyst? It is security monitoring. Okay, so what do you mean by security monitoring? Is it limited only to a particular thing or it covers everything? Let's say I'm using my laptop, right? So in an organization we have 100 people. So does the SOC analyst only monitor 10 people or 100 people? 100 people means how many devices? So in SOC we have three tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. SOC analyst is placed in tier 1. Why tier 1 is? This person is called as what? First responder. We are called, I mean, SOC analysts are called as what? First responder. What do you mean by responder? Anyone knows? Responder. Who is a responder? Who is a responder? Response. The person who gives response. What kind of response we are giving? So when we identify something, okay, we will check whether it is abnormal event or normal event. Event is an alert, okay. So we are checking whether this particular log is generated by a normal application or normal user, or it is from an external. So we will be checking on those things. So we are going to cover what will make a SOC analyst. Okay, so first we will see the responsibilities of a SOC analyst and we will go accordingly. So as we are discussing, so it's purely dedicated for monitoring. Okay. So if you have laptops, you can just log in and see the video, I mean the screen which I shared you. So we have given you a link called as what? Exabeam SOC analyst. In this we are having the roles and responsibilities. So if you see, SOC analyst is known as Security Operations Center Analyst, is an IT security focal task with what? Monitoring an organization network and system infrastructure to identify potential threats. Okay, so since starting I am saying that this particular position is mainly focused on what? Infrastructure monitoring. Now what do you mean by infrastructure monitoring? Anyone? What do you mean by infrastructure? So let's take an example of a company which is having 100 users. Now what are the minimum things I require to run a company? First one, I require desktops, laptops, correct? Yes or no? Next, I require switches to connect, routers to establish the connectivity between multiple networks. Then I require firewalls, right? I require what? If I am using an IP phone, I require VoIP. In order to establish wireless connectivity, I require wireless access points. In order to control this, I require WLC, right? In order to provide services, I require what? Servers. Yes or no? Right? The combination of all these is called as what? Infrastructure. Now if you want to see in a picture format, so this is the router, so this is the firewall, so it can be connected to what? The ISP, outside ISP. So we have switches, so this switch is connected to a wireless LAN controller. So we have access points. For these access points, we have laptops connected, we have mobiles connected. Switches will be having desktops. Servers, IP phones, and so on. Okay. So this whole thing is called as what? Infrastructure. Now, all these valuable? Are the things valuable or not? Routers, laptops, desktops, everything valuable or not? Guys who are online, valuable or not? Why valuable? Right, you are investing money, right? in your bank. So are you interacting with physical money, or are you interacting with digital numbers? మీరు బ్యాంక్ వెళ్తారు కదా, ఇప్పుడు బ్యాంక్ వెళ్ళట్లేదు కదా, బ్యాంక్ వెళ్ళకపోతే మనం ఎలా చూసుకుంటున్నాం మనీని? నెంబర్స్లోనే కదా చూసుకునేది. సో వేర్ ఆర్ దోస్ డేటా స్టోర్డ్? The data is stored on servers only, right? Let's say one fine day I attacked the bank and I have stole the data. What happens? There is no security, there are no security professionals, there is no SOC, nothing. Okay, the bank doesn't have any security mechanism. One fine day, like me, an attacker attacked the thing, stole the data. What happens? Who will be the loser? Bank will be the loser, or the people who invested in the bank will be the losers? Both, right? Both the parties are losers. First of all, bank trust will be gone, its reputation will be gone, ultimately the people money is gone, right? Now let's say the same bank, before this scenario, it has implemented SOC, and it has taken around 20 people for what? As SOC analyst, 1 security manager, 5 incident responders, and so on. Okay, now when somebody is trying to attack, what happens? What happens? Now we have a perfect SOC where each and every second what is the data going on, the bank servers, a bank environment, everything is monitored. Now will this guy will be able to steal the data? He will be able to steal the data, but before he steals the data, we will counter attack. Yes? So this is what the importance of what? SOC. So without SOC, your data, your organization is not safe. With security infrastructure, with the security operations, each and every second is monitored, each and every packet that is coming from outside is monitored, each and everything that is being moved internally, externally is monitored. Let's say there is no SOC, but there is no external, and bank employee is simply copying all higher profiles data and he is selling to other people. Now what happens? There is no external attack, okay, but a bank employee is copying higher profiles data and he is selling to the other people. What happens? Now this is also a security concern. Yes or no, guys? Do you agree? Now in both cases, which is important for us? Monitoring is important. What type of monitoring? Security monitoring. So what we are going to monitor? So every device will push what? Locks. Every device will what? Push locks. I mean, whether you log in, log out, whether you install an application, right? Whether, so somebody has requested for what? His bank account. Let's say I have an account in what? Some XYZ bank. So I am logging on to www.xyz.com and I am giving my credentials. Okay. So that will also be, so we have what? Web server. So that will be generated as what? Logs. And we call them as what? Web logs or Apache logs. Okay. So whatever the server name will be there and it will be registering. So we will be monitoring what? All these logs. Okay. But since we cannot monitor step by step, we need to learn some tools. So we call it as what? SOC tools. Under that, first important tool is what? SIEM. Okay, SIM tool. We are going to learn what? SIM tool. What is SIM? SIM stands for Security Information Event Management Tool. It will capture each and every data, right? So that is being generated by the different devices. The devices can be multiple devices and the logs can be of multiple logs. It can be different logs, configuration logs, application logs, user related logs, anything. For example, if you open your Windows machine, you will be seeing an area called as event manager. Okay, so you can just check it out. EVNT event viewer. Now this is the place where all your logs that are related to Windows is registered. So you can click on Windows logs. So you will be seeing what application, security, setup, system, everything. Okay. So how the logs will be. So if you guys have a laptop, just look into the laptop. So many companies are providing SIM tools. One of the company is what? Fortinet. Okay, so in our courseware we will be learning about Splunk. At the moment I am showing a demo of Fortinet. In the Fortinet you can see multiple things. So you can see different type of logs are available. So we have application logs, we have cloud logs, right? Security dashboard. If you click on security dashboard, you can see the different type of logs, incident logs, so which are having a problem, which are not secured, everything will be there. So generally all these logs will be coming from what? Firewalls. So this is a firewall. The one which you are seeing on the screen is a firewall. So the firewall has multiple things, and this type of firewall is called next generation firewall. These firewalls come with all type of services like routing services, VPN services, and also we have security services. First of all, firewall itself will be providing security. So you can see 40 weave threads, right? All these logs will be sent to what? SIM tool. Okay, the side one which you are seeing is called SIM, and this side is called as what? Firewall. So whatever the data that firewall is generating, that will be routed to what? SIM tool, and this SIM tool will analyze and it will present in a user readable format. And we people, we SOC analyst, we need to analyze, we need to read the sources and identify whether it is correct or whether it is wrong alert. So we have something called as true positive, true negative alerts, false positive, false negative alerts. So as an efficient SOC analyst, you need to suppress those alerts. So alerts are of different types. So we have true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative. So the one which is really a problem, the one which is really a malware or a virus, okay, it is generated an alert. Okay, so SIM has generated an alert, that is called as true positive. Okay, what is false positive is the SIM has generated alert. Okay, so on your screen you can see the definition. What is the true positive, what is the true negative, what is false positive, what is false negative. Okay, so generally they are giving you what in terms of patient. Okay, similarly we can take in terms of our network. Healthy person is currently identified as healthy. Okay, that is called true negative, right? That means everything is fine, but it is negatively alerted. It is called as what? True negative. So in this way you need to learn a lot of things, and we will be covering. Now coming to the syllabus part. So we will be having a big by big syllabus. So this syllabus covers from networking. So we start off with the networking part. So in order to make you a efficient SOC analyst, cybersecurity professionals, we have following things. So we start with what? Network fundamentals. So whatever you are seeing on the screen, okay, so the same thing I am writing. So you can see in the week 1 we are covering network fundamentals and cybersecurity basics. what is network, what is networking, right? Or what is network cable, what are the elements of a network, how a network is established, what is source, what is destination, what is media, how many types of media are there, what is the cross cable, what is the straight cable, how these are differentiated, right? Then we will be studying about IPv4, classes of IPv4. We will also study about CIDR values. We will get introduced to IPv6. Then we will move on to what is cyber security, what are the three pillars of cyber security: confidentiality, integrity, availability. Then we will have a quick look about what is hacking, who is a hacker, what are the different type of hackers are there. So we talk about what is hacking, right? Different type of hackings, who are structured hackers, who are unstructured hackers. What do you mean by white hat, black hat, gray hat? Okay, so then we have hacktivists, suicidal attackers, then we have APT, advanced persistent threat attackers, right? All these type of things we will be studying in what attacks, okay, attacks and attackers. Then we will move on to different type of malware: trojan, virus, worms, covert channels, spyware, adware, ransomware, rat, remote access trojan, all the stuff we will be talking about. Then we will get you to introduce to what DOS, denial of service, then social engineering. Okay, finally we talk about something called as what cyber kill chain, a framework that is very important, cyber kill chain. So it has 7 stages. You need to know about those 7 stages. We will be discussing about the 7 stages. So as mentioned, we will move on to what the practical part by introducing you to what virtualization. So if you are familiar with virtualization, well and good. If not, we will give you a basic idea of virtualization. Then we will install VirtualBox. So why we are using virtualization is we need to have multiple targets. For example, I have a VirtualBox. You can see in the screen. I'm just opening up. So I have a Kali Linux. Kali Linux is used for what? Learning Linux as well as to learn the security tools. Kali Linux is a specialized operating system that has been designed only for what? Security. Okay, not only security, the hackers, the penetration testers, forensic department, security forensic, okay, and even the SOC analyst, sometimes they will be using what? Kali Linux. It is very, very essential for any security professional to learn about what? Kali Linux. Kali Linux comes with more than 600 tools integrated, security tools. So it is very essential for us to learn that. Then we will be talking about Windows. Basically, we will talk about Windows Server and Windows operating system. Why? 95% of the end users are using what? Windows. So attackers, obviously they will target what? Windows machines. So we should know what are the types of attacks that are possible on Windows and how to remediate. We are not going to deep dive it because that is part of what? Penetration testing. That is another department's part. Our part is to understand what kind of attacks will be there and how to remediate that. So after completing the fundamentals of Linux, networking, Windows, we move on to what? SOC part. So in the SOC, we start off with what is SOC, okay, what are the different type of SOC, importance of SOC. Then we talk about the tools, Nmap, Wireshark, Metasploit. Okay, pfSense is a free open source firewall. Unlike the different firewalls, we will check on that. We will talk about EDR, XDR, MDR, okay. So we have multiple tools, still it is, okay, leave it. So we have multiple tools like what? SIM tool, we have a firewall, we have EDR. EDR stands for endpoint detection and response. This is a very, very important tool apart from SIM. So this tool is to identify which system has been corrupted or which user has got phishing email. Okay, anything is there, we will be using these tools. So this tool is provided by multiple companies. Some of the important vendors: CrowdStrike, Falcon. Okay, then we have VMware Blackbox, Carbon Black. Sorry, VMware Carbon Black. Cisco products are available. So every organization produces these things. So if you go to Palo Alto, Palo Alto has what? XDR tool. So every organization which is into cybersecurity, they have this EDR tool. EDR stands for endpoint detection and response, right? So then we have something called as Nessus. Nessus is called as vulnerability analysis. It is also a very important tool, but these all comes under what? Pen testing, vulnerability and pen testing. But we should know these tools. As part of SOC team, we should be aware of these tools. Sometimes what happens is when the testing is going on, the alerts are generated. So you should know whether these are alerts are generated by a testing part or it is really generated, right? Okay, so that's all for this webinar or the demo session, whatever it is. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay then, so that's up. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Hope to see everyone in the sessions. Thank you.